Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Beautiful meditation. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We return in a way and then we will share our experiences, followed by the questions. If you have any, bring your mind to the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Raise both your palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside. Know your experiences, bring the hands down. Let us start with our friend Lara.
It was good. It was really quiet. There was no color, there was no shapes. It was just kind of there. I think for a moment, because it came from another meditation was doing, we went into the heart or when we first started, my mind went into the heart and I see this like little white being kind of standing there, very, very tiny. And then we started with the chanting. So I got more focused on that. And then it was just kind of quiet. When we were breathing again, it was sort of coming back and it was just quiet. Yeah.
That's so beautiful. You see that I skipped nyasa, the very practice of breathing deeper. So when the mind lives with the knowledge and awareness based on mantra, even we don't need that kind of a breathing. It's so beautiful, Lara. How are you, Terry?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, okay. I'm good. I just toward the end started to get to a good place.
Good place.
I was distracted by a lot of physical things. So I just followed the instructions. So I was just starting to get to where it was working.
Who knows the body? Who sees the body? Body is also an image in the mind. Just separate that body as an image in the mind. Let the body continue to move. You will remain in that state.
At one point, I forgot I had the body.
That's good.
Second.
That's good.
Yeah, and I was hard to breathe. And at that time, I thought, I don't know whether I'm breathing or not. Well, I guess I must be. And then I came back in.
She is good, isn't it, Jerry? She is wonderful. Very good. How are so? How are you, Stephen?
I'm good. It was a very quiet meditation.
No, it was muted. Yeah.
I'm still muted.
No,
Sorry about that.
now I can hear you.
Okay, there we go. It was a very good meditation. It was very quiet. It was very quick. I've embraced the mantra. I listen to it every single day. I've downloaded the mantra itself off of my Spotify. For me, the lesson really hit me because, as we mentioned to the start, I'm trying to realize how to live 24/7 in the meditation. And what I'm getting out of, at least from today's and now tying it all together, is that we basically live our lives with these thought forms that we create.
It's a beautiful understanding.
And if we could, what you've taught us in our recognizing the noise or the thoughts that pop into us during meditation, that those same desires, likes, dislikes, impressions, and all that other stuff that go on during the course of the day, that we could recognize that during the day, we're that much further in accomplishing this 24/7. So that's what I took out of that, the whole lesson to begin with, which set up my meditation experience to be very quiet, very still. It was interesting because I felt the energy when we first started within my heart center and coming out of my body. And as I I chose to use the Sarvasham mantra as instead of the Om Shanti, as I was dropping that, and I felt the energy change from going from the top of my head to my heart, creating this happiness every time I got to my heart. So it was great. Thank you.
It encourages me, inspires me to continue the journey. The seeker alone succeeds is a beautiful way, the way you put it. And one thing I am repeating it, this mind is born from the ignorance and it must remove that ignorance. Since our birth, first dependence of pleasure or happiness, can you imagine? The mother fed us the milk, we were crying, and we were happy. We were not conscious as an individual, but we started gathering impressions in the mind that happiness is outside. Do you see that? And as we grew older and older, the mind says happiness is always outside, always outside. And because it is outside, it perceives millions of things, objects, people, place, and then it continues its journey. That creates a vicious circle of ignorance, and that can be broken easily by this mantra in the meditation. And that is what you have not only understood. I'm so happy. But how are you, Sam?
I'm good. I would describe this as quick and quiet as well. I think last week when we got out of one of the meditations, I described my thoughts as flies that I was swatting away. I would say today, and this is the evolution of me noticing my consciousness more, they were just sputtering away. I didn't have to do anything. They just went away and I forgot about them. I heard them, kind of chuckled at them, and then they were gone. So I think that's just part of the evolution, and yeah.
That's beautiful. As at this young age, if you have that deeper understanding and clarity, it will make the future life much better, much calmer, peaceful. That is what we should understand. You see that instead, I'm not saying that don't keep rock and roll music with you. I'm saying introduce this also into your life. So when you even introduce this in your life, it brings a change. It brings a tremendous change. And how are you, Jerry and David?
Very good meditation. The mantras, I just at some point through the mantras, I just got lost in them, and I just was deep somewhere. I wasn't asleep, but I was deep somewhere, and then the next thing I know is that you, I think you stopped the recording, and that kind of like jolted me out of it, and then you went into the closing
Yeah.
part. So it was a very deep, almost like a sleep.
Very.
I wasn't sleeping.
You see, David made one point that he is lost in the mantra. And now ask yourself where we are normally lost. I'm excited. I have to do a lot of things, Today I am very busy. Today I have to do this thing. I'm into anxiety. I'm running. I'm two kind of being lost. I'm lost in daily in these activities. And when you are lost in the mantra, make a choice. I'm not saying that you don't do your activities, you work, but introduce behind in the mind. And once you introduce, the life changes. How are you, Jerry?
So it was good meditation. It was quiet as well. The mantra I'm doing all the time. I do it sometimes to break thought pattern, and then I do it as well just to be doing it for the intention and essence of it.
That's good.
And when we were doing the mantra after when we began the oming, I had a very cold feeling throughout, from above the crown all the way down, and heavy, but super cold. And then just the sutra. I love the sutra, the message of the sutra, because we all of us have experiences, and they can either cause pain and suffering or not, and so we have the choice, right?
We have the choice.
And we know that we have the peace inside of us, so it's not outside.